A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
I'm Shikling.
And today and tomorrow, we're going to be talking about safe ways or ways to be safe when you're outside on the street, especially when you're near busy roads and fast-moving cars and lots of traffic. Because it can be dangerous, right? People do get hurt out there, especially when they're walking across streets. But we're going to be talking about some ways that you can stay safe when you're outside near a busy street with lots of fast-moving cars and trucks and other stuff. So here's our warm-up question. What are some ways to stay safe on the street?
Well,
and you can't say just stay home. Just don't go out. No, that's not a good answer.
Well, I think the best way to stay safe on the street is to always be aware of your surroundings.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, and don't look at your phone when you're walking.
Very good point.
Put your phone away.
Yeah, don't be one of those fubbers.
Yeah,
right?
fubbers, right?
Those people who do walk around and don't look up and seem to think that everyone will stop for them, when really, as you say, you should be aware of your surroundings. That is something that I think everyone needs to remember. That's if you're walking, riding a bike, driving a car, anything like that. Because, you know, when we are near the road, when we are near fast-moving vehicles, things can happen quickly. So if you are aware, if you know what's going on around you, that will be a great way to stay safe. And we're going to be finding out about a bunch of other great ways to stay safe in our articles and dialogues that are coming up in the next 2 days. So should we get started?
Of course.
Let's get started. All right.
Welcome to Picture Dictionary. Skywalk, jaywalk, traffic light, underpass, hook turn, scooter, crossroads, intersection, road sign, pedestrian, zebra crossing, crosswalk, walk signal.
Look both ways and cross the street. Warm-up question. What are some ways to stay safe on the street?
Ethan is out with his sister Rose.
Oh, let's stop here. We have to cross the street at the crossroads.
Let's go now. The traffic light is already green.
Not yet, Rose. Let's wait for the walk signal. We don't want to jaywalk.
Fine. Hey, why are the scooters stopping across the street?
They're making a hook turn to go left.
Look at the underpass over there. Where does it go?
I think that one goes across the street underground. Do you want to use that?
No, I don't like to take stairs. Let's just walk on the zebra crossing.
Okay, there's the walking man. Let's go.
All right, so this is something most people have probably learned a little bit about in school. And of course, your parents and your family will teach you good things to remember when you're being safe, when they're walking with you guys outside and stuff. But today, we're going to be learning about it through a dialogue with two characters. And we can see there at the very beginning of our article that we learn they are Ethan. And it says Ethan is out with his sister Rose. Okay, so two characters, Ethan and Rose. And they're outside, and we can imagine they're probably in the city. They're not standing in the middle of a field or something. They're somewhere outside near traffic.
所以呢，这边出现的 is out with someone， 这是有一种出去外出的感觉。比如说 ，Can you go out tonight?
I could go out tonight.
Yeah， 所以你今天可以出去吗？但其实你也可以说 to go out with someone.
Oh,
yeah, that means
that's a
maybe
different
you're
one.
dating someone.
Sure.
Yeah， 就是跟谁交往。所以比如说 ，How long have you been going out with him？ 你和他交往多久啦？所以 Ethan 跟他的妹妹呢 Rose， 他们两个在外面。
All right, so they're going out, but are they going out? Or they're just out?
They're out.
They're out because they're brother and sister. So of course they're not going out, but they could be going out to the store or going out to a movie. But that's of course because they're a brother and sister. So let's see what happens with their conversation. Ethan, he seems to be doing what you suggested. He knows what's going on around him. He is aware of his surroundings. And he says, let's stop here. All right. So they must have been walking along the sidewalk next to the road or something like that. He thinks this is a good place to stop walking, to stop moving. We have to cross the street at the crossroads. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a very safe place to cross the street, right? Yeah. The crossroads where two roads cross. We might also use the slightly longer word, let's cross the street at the intersection. Again, where two roads meet. And yeah, that's where you'll see the lines painted. That's where the red and green lights are. That's where it will be safest to cross the street.
所以 let's do something 就是我们去做什么吧。对 let's eat, let's go, let's go to Mike's gig.
Okay.
Yay.
We have to cross the street though to get to the gig. So let's be careful. All right. So yes, they're going to cross the street. They need to go from one side of the street to the other. And Ethan suggested using the crossroads or the intersection. So let's go back to the article. Rose, she speaks next in our dialogue. She says, let's go now. The traffic light is already green. So she seems to think that now is the time to go because the traffic light is already green. So I guess what this means is that the cars standing next to them are crossing the street. They're going the way that Ethan and Rose plan to walk, but I don't think Ethan feels it's quite safe. Maybe the cars have a green light, but as we'll see in a second, Ethan doesn't think that the people walking, he and Rose, for example, they might not have a green light yet. So you got to be careful and, as you say, be aware of what's going on.
Yeah, 所以呢 Ethan 就说我们停下来吧，因为呢我们必须在十字路口过马路。然后 Rose 就说走了啦，已经绿灯了。
Yeah, so Ethan says, not yet, Rose. Okay, so the cars might have a green light, but Ethan is thinking, no, we don't have a green light. That's why he says, not yet. We use that expression to show that this isn't the right time. We still have to wait a little bit longer. So not yet, Rose. Let's wait for the walk signal. We don't want to jaywalk. Yeah, so as everyone knows, right, often there'll be a green, orange, or red light. Those will be for the cars, for the traffic. And then for the people, there's a walk signal or a don't walk signal, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's like a red hand means don't walk. And you'll see a picture of a person that looks like they're walking. That's the walk signal that Ethan is waiting for. And as he says there, we don't want to jaywalk. Yeah, that's a special term that we use for crossing the street, walking across the street when you shouldn't, when you're not allowed to. Either this is a place where they say don't cross because it's not safe, or there's a light, but you don't have sort of the green walk light or walk signal. You have the red one, and if you do cross, you could get in trouble for jaywalking. And just in general, jaywalking is dangerous because people don't expect to see someone walking in the road at that time or in that place.
所以呢这个 jaywalk 就是随意的穿越马路。所以呢他哥哥 Ethan 就说不要要等行人号志才可以过去吧，因为我们还是遵守交通规则比较好。
All right, well, they might be a little bit late, I suppose. It might take them a few more minutes to get wherever they're going. But Rose seems to agree and understand that Ethan is being smart. He's being safe. They don't want to jaywalk. So that's why she says, fine. When you accept what someone is telling you, even if you're not entirely happy about it, you might say, okay, fine. I'll do it your way. I'll listen to you. I agree. You were right. Anyways, so she says, fine. They'll wait a few more seconds. And as they're standing there, she notices something a little unusual. Rose says, hey, why are the scooters stopping across the street? So imagine, again, they're standing next to the road. The cars are driving down the road or making turns as they will, but she's noticed that the scooters do something a little different. They only cross half of the street, or they only drive into the crossroads or into the intersection, and then they kind of stop right there in the middle.
Yeah.
They don't keep driving, they don't turn, they just kind of turn and then stop.
Yeah.
Kind of unusual.
这个其实就是带转。那为什么呢？其实，我把答案讲出来了啦。但是呢，大家应该等下就知道了。Rose 她说，为什么机车都停在前面呢？在有些路口我们是需要带转 ，It's safer.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is also something that you don't see in many other countries. Right? In other places where people drive motorcycles or scooters, they often drive just in the same way as the cars do. They don't have these special ways of turning. And actually, this special way of turning when you're on a scooter on a big street, it has a special name. And actually, before today, I'd never heard this term.
Oh, really?
I didn't know it had this special name. And Ethan says what it is. He says they're making a hook turn to go left. So it's called a hook turn, which makes sense because it's kind of shaped like a hook, like a fishing hook or something like that. So you go that way, then you stop, and then eventually you will go that way. Instead of just turning your scooter to the left, you have to do a two-step hook turn.
Yeah, 这字还蛮特别的，它就是带转，我们刚才已经讲了嘛，所以它其实最正式的名字叫做两段式左转。
Okay, so that's something that's new. Maybe Rose is a new visitor to Taiwan or something. She's never seen this. And as we do travel around the world, we notice that different countries and cities and cultures, they drive and they have different rules that might not be the same as the ones we have at home. Another thing that Rose notices, again, as they're still waiting to cross the street, she says, look at the underpass over there. Where does it go? Okay, well, an underpass, we can actually use this for a few different situations. Here, we might call this a pedestrian underpass. Pedestrian's a long word that basically means a person walking. If you're walking by the side of the road, you are pedestrian. You're not riding a bike. You're not in a car, in a bus. You're on foot. You're a pedestrian. And an underpass, well, this is a word we often use for a road that goes under another road, maybe in a tunnel underground, or maybe it's like one of those complicated highways, where the roads sort of twist and turn, kind of like a roller coaster, and we'll see one road going under another. That might also be an underpass. But in this case, if it's a pedestrian underpass, you've seen this. There's probably a sign, and then there'll be some stairs that just seem to go down into the ground, go down from the sidewalk. And so, of course, when something goes down under the ground, you might not know where it finishes. So that's why Rose asks, where does it go?
所以呢，Rose 她看到一个地下通道，她就说：“嘿，这个地下通道会通到哪 ？Underpass 就是地下通道的意思。”
Ethan notices this too. I think that one goes across the street underground. Do you want to use that? I think that one goes across the city underground.
The street underground.
Oh, sorry, under the street underground. I was going to say that's a long underpass. It goes across the street underground. Do you want to use that? So yeah, maybe in a really busy street where you have two big streets, lots of cars, maybe they don't have red lights, maybe it's very wide, so it's hard to cross it quickly. They might have these underpasses that basically let you go down some stairs, walk through a tunnel under the street, and come back up, and you don't have to wait for any lights because you're going underground or under the street.
That sounds safer.
It does sound safer. Yeah, definitely.
所以 underground 的 ground 有地面嘛，所以 under 就是 under it。所以它就是在地面下，很好记啊。所以 Ethan 就说：“哦，是地下通道，其实我们可以从地下过马路，要吗？你要试试看吗？”
Yep, so very easy, but I guess if you're carrying heavy bags, if you're kind of tired, right? Some people don't like to use them. And I think Rose is in that category of maybe slightly lazy people because she says, no, I don't like to take stairs. She's thinking of walking down the stairs and then again, even worse, walking up the stairs once you cross under the street. So she's like, that's too much trouble. She doesn't mind. She's just, waiting on the street. So she's not in a hurry. She says, let's just walk on the zebra crossing. Okay, zebra crossing is another thing we'll see on a road, and this will be usually at an intersection, at a crossroads, and they paint those big white lines on the road to show where people walk. Of course, between the white lines, there's the black road, so it's black and white stripes, so we call it a zebra crossing.
所以就是斑马线啦，很好记，因为 zebra 一条一条白色就 looks exactly like it.
That's exactly right. And that is the safest place for you to walk across the street because the big lines show cars that are coming, that this is a place to look out for pedestrians, people walking. And finally, after a few seconds have gone by, Ethan looks up. He notices that there's a different light shining at them, and he says, okay, there's the walking man. Let's go. So he sees this guy. Because he's probably, something like that, right?
Yeah.
He says, there's the walking man, let's go. In other words, we have a green light, it's safe to walk. The cars have stopped. Now is our chance to cross the street. And this is, of course, shown to him by that picture of the walking man.
Yeah, 对，所以你看到那个 walking man 代表可以走了，可以走了。可是呢 Rose 不是看到 underpass 吗 ？Rose 就说不了，我不喜欢走楼梯，我们还是走斑马线好了。然后他们现在就可以安全的过马路了。好，所以我们在今天的文章中呢，看到非常多的单字，但是它们都非常的实用。我们先看第一个，我们说 stop， 因为呢看到号志要请我们停止，我们就要停止嘛。stop 就是中途暂停。那其实这个字呢，我们也可以当名词，当名词就有车站的意思。比如说公车站就是 bus stop， 比如说 there's a bus stop just around the corner， 就是转角处有一个公车站。那我们再看另外一个 stop 的句子。你也可以说 I stopped to get coffee on my way to work， 就是我在上班途中呢停了一下去买咖啡。那之后呢，他们在过马路的时候有提到 cross 这一个字，这个字就是有越过、穿越，所以过马路就是 to cross the road。那如果过桥呢，我们只要把 road 改成 bridge 就 OK 啦，就是 cross the bridge。所以我们有一个蛮常见的片语叫做 cross someone's mind，代表念头闪过谁的头脑，或者是有掠过你心里有一个念头的感觉。比如说 It never crossed my mind that Herschel might be lying， 就是我从来没有想过 Herschel 他可能在说谎，可能平常他是个很好的人不太可能说谎，所以你根本就不会想到他会说谎，这样子的感觉。那我们再看另外一个动词的用法，所以也是一样 You have to cross the street to get to that library over there，你呢必须要穿过这个马路这条街，你才能到达那一个图书馆哦。那之后呢Rose 不是看到一个很酷的 underpass， 他看到这个地下道，他就觉得说这个是什么啊？然后他哥哥就说你要不要走走看？这边的 use 有一种使用的感觉，所以你要不要使用这个地下通道呢？那这个字很好玩哦，你在后面加一个 d， 它就会变成二手的或者是旧的，甚至是使用过的都可以。所以比如说 He can't afford a brand new car, so he bought a used one。 他因为买不起新车，所以就买了一台二手车。那我们再看另外一个使用的句子 Karen used a ruler to draw a straight line on her paper。 就是 Karen 呢，她用尺在她的纸上画一条直直的线。所以呢，一般的女生，尤其是女生，应该都不太喜欢爬楼梯吧？所以这个 stairs 就是有楼梯的意思。那因为呢，地下道下去你要走阶梯，然后上来又要走阶梯 ，Rose 觉得好累哦，她就说不要，我们走 zebra crossing 就好了，走斑马线就好。所以这个 stairs 就是楼梯的意思。那如果你在前面加一个 up， 就是在楼上或往楼上；如果加一个 down， 就是 downstairs， 就是往楼下或者是在楼下，很好记。就比如说 I went upstairs and took a quick shower， 就是我上楼然后洗了一个很快速的澡。那我们再造一个句子 Go up these stairs to get to Mr. Wang's classroom on the second floor， 就是走上楼梯就会到达王老师在2楼的教室。
Magic Box。
Hello， 大家好，我是 Peggy。今天呢，就让我们一起来了解一下 out 这个单字。out 呢，这个字看似简单，其实它有非常多的意思。今天的课文里面，它是当作外出的意思。比如说，我小时候跟邻居呢，常常就是放学或是假日出去玩，然后我要去找他一起出门的时候，我就按他们家电铃说 Can Johnny come out and play？ Johnny 可以出来玩吗？或者是如果我今天要外食不回家吃饭，就打电话回家说 I'll be eating out tonight， 我今天会外食，所以不用准备我的晚餐。 那 out 也可以进一步来衍生，当做就是不在家的意思。比如说，有人打来我家找我妹，但她出门去了不在家，我就可以说 She is out. Maybe you should call her cell phone. 她出门了，也许你可以打给她的手机。那最后呢 ，out 也可以当做某样东西啊，或者是通常是商品，或是某个作品推出了、问世了的意思。比如说某个电影上映啊，某个唱片发片啊，游戏开卖之类的。所以我就很常跟我弟讨论说，那个游戏开卖了吗 ？Is the new Pokemon game out yet？ 新的宝可梦游戏出了吗？或者说，这部电影昨天上映 ，The movie came out yesterday. Let's go and see it. 这边的 come out 就是电影上映的意思啦。说到这个呢，就顺便介绍一下这个 let's go and see it let's 的用法。let's 呢，它其实是 let us 的缩写，那它后面要加上原形动词，意思就是让我们一起去做某件事吧。所以说我们一起去看电影吧 ，Let's go and see the new movie。我们也可以说成 Let us go and see the new movie， 当然也是可以的。但是呢，口语上我们比较常说 let's 啦，比较简单。再造个句子，我还记得呢，自己是国高中生的时候呢，下课时间很长啊，一群女生成群结队去上厕所。我相信现在应该还是有这个现象哦。Let's go to the bathroom， 我们一起去厕所吧。听起来好像怪怪的，但这就是女生感情好的象征啦。好啦，今天帮大家复习一些简单的用法。Let's say goodbye for now， 我们下次再见。
Review time.
Hello, everyone, and it's review time before we say goodbye for the day. Are you ready to review something?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we review some of the new words we learned?
Oh, sure.
What a great idea.
What are we doing?
What do you want to do?
I don't know. You're more clever than I am.
Oh, really? That's a lot of pressure on me. Well, let's do a quick game of opposites.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do a quick game of opposites. So I'll say a word that means kind of either very much exactly the opposite. So if I said on, you might say off or something like that. Up, you might say down. Or it could be something that's just really, really, really different from the thing we're talking about. Are you ready to go?
I am.
Okay, that's your first word. Are you ready to go?
Are you ready to go?
Go.
Go. Oh, stop.
Stop would be the opposite. You gotta be quick. You gotta pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings. Yes, go would definitely be the opposite of stop. What about elevator?
Elevator. Do we have anything today that's the total opposite?
I don't know if it's the opposite, but it's...
I know. Elevator, you don't have to go upstairs. You don't have to go downstairs.
These are different ways of going up and down, but I would say they are opposites because stairs takes muscle power.
Yeah.
Elevator, you just press a button and stand in a box. So maybe in our dialogue, Rose would have gone to the underpass if they had an elevator, but definitely not with stairs. All right. Well, I think that's about all the time we have, unfortunately. But we're going to be back tomorrow with more good tips for traffic safety. I think tomorrow we're not going to be pedestrians. We're not going to be walking around being careful. We're going to be driving around. So yeah, get your motor running. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please come back and join us for that. Until then, be careful out there, everyone. Look around, look both ways before you cross the street. And always follow the signs and rules. Bye!
Welcome to Picture Dictionary. Skywalk, jaywalk, traffic light, underpass, hook turn, scooter, crossroads, intersection, road sign, pedestrian, zebra crossing, crosswalk, walk signal.
Look both ways and cross the street. Warm-up question. What are some ways to stay safe on the street?
Ethan is out with his sister Rose.
Oh, let's stop here. We have to cross the street at the crossroads.
Let's go now. The traffic light is already green.
Not yet, Rose. Let's wait for the walk signal. We don't want to jaywalk.
Fine. Hey, why are the scooters stopping across the street?
They're making a hook turn to go left.
Look at the underpass over there. Where does it go?
I think that one goes across the street underground. Do you want to use that?
No, I don't like to take stairs. Let's just walk on the zebra crossing.
Okay, there's the walking man. Let's go.
Word power. Stop. Stop. I stopped to get coffee on my way to work. I stopped to get coffee on my way to work. Cross. Cross. You have to cross the street to get to that library over there. You have to cross the street to get to that library over there. Use. Use. Karen used a ruler to draw a straight line on her paper. Karen used a ruler to draw a straight line on her paper. Stairs. Stairs. Go up these stairs to get to Mr. Wong's classroom on the second floor. Go up these stairs to get to Mr. Wong's classroom on the second floor.
认识字汇
Underground. Underground. Walking. Walking.